Hello dear students and welcome to the official channel of Adda247 North East with me Shubham sir, your English faculty here on this platform. We have just gone through the MPSC LDA exam, and in this video I'll be discussing the answers to all the questions that we have seen in the English section of this particular exam's question paper. For all of you who have probably been joining us in the course that we had run for this particular exam, or if any of you were watching the classes on YouTube, this particular session will be helpful for you, for those of you who appeared in the exam, to have your doubts cleared regarding all the answers to the English section of this exam. So if you have clicked on this video to just know the correct answers to all the questions, to just check the answer key for the English section, I'll present that for you here on the screen now. I have mapped out all the correct answers to the 50 questions that we have seen in the English section. These are the correct answers. These are the correct options to all the 50 questions. So you can pause the video and you can tally your answers with the answer key that I have provided for you here. But if you are someone who has clicked on the video to understand the answers to all of the questions that we have seen in this exam, then I'll be diving into all of the 50 questions now, and I'll be explaining them to you, so you can stick till the end of the video to learn the answers to all of these questions and to have your doubts cleared properly. So let us get started here. I'll be solving the entire English section for you here now. So the first set of questions, the direction that has been given to us here is that we have to figure out the opposite meaning words to each of the provided words here. That means the questions here are based on antonyms. So the first word that we have been given is the word elated. What is the opposite word? So when we say elated, it means when something exceeds your expectations, you feel elated, that is, you feel overjoyed. But when something does not meet your expectations, you feel disappointed, you feel dejected. That would be the opposite word. So the correct answer here is option C, right? Coming to the next question here. The next word here is fragments. So we need the opposite meaning word for this particular word here. So when we say fragments, what we mean is pieces or fractions. So the opposite word would be a complete whole, right? That would be the opposite word for fragments. Squalid means dirty or unclean. The opposite word would be clean. So C is the answer here. Blemish is something that acts as a mark or a spot that takes away from the beauty of something. The opposite word would be something that adds to the beauty of a particular thing, and something that adds to the beauty of something is called an adornment. All right, so therefore option D is the correct answer for this particular question. Coming to the next question here, that is we have the word modesty. So modesty, the opposite word would be, out of the given words, would be boldness. All right, because modesty means down to earth, humble, humility. Boldness is brashness, that is the opposite of the characteristics of modesty. All right, so therefore C is the correct answer for that question. Now coming to the next question here, that is question number 6. So we have to choose the correct sentence now. The next set of questions, they have asked us to choose the correct sentence from the 4 given options in each of these questions. That means 3 of the other options in each of these questions, they have sentences that are either grammatically or in terms of vocabulary wrong. So for the first one from this set of questions, that is question number 6, the correct one here would be, it is high time we played a match. All right, when we say it's high time, it means the work should have already been done. What should have already been done? That we played a match. This action should already have been done. So it's high time we played a match. That's the correct answer here. The next one is, he was surrounded. Now when you're surrounded by something, right? So the correct preposition to use here would be by. So this is the correct one. So option B is the correct answer. He was surrounded by a crowd of well-wishers. Coming to question number 8 here. So for 8, 9 and 10, let's solve these. For number 8, see, you're talking about 2 girls, right? The sentence has to mention, each of the these sentences have mentioned 2 girls. So when you're talking amongst, or when you're talking between 2 things or 2 people, you cannot say none of the 2. You can say none of the girls. You don't have to mention 2 here, all right, if you're using none. Now, if you want to say anyone, you don't say any one of the 2. You say any, you would say all of the girls. You can say it that way. All the girls can solve this puzzle, right? So option A is wrong, option D is wrong. Neither can solve this puzzle of the two girls. The sentence doesn't make sense. The correct sentence here that makes sense is either of the two girls can solve this puzzle. That means there are two girls. Ask any one of them, either of the two will be able to solve the puzzle. All right, that's the correct option. The next one, number 9, the correct sentence here would be, would you mind? When you say would you mind, you are asking in terms of a continuous tense. All right, in terms of continuous tense, that is, you are asking, would you mind holding this for me? Would you mind helping me out? Would you mind working with me? All right, so working with me, that is option B. That's the correct answer. Next one, they're asking about whether you are being able to hear something in the present moment. So if you are asking such a question, you ask it as, do you hear a strange noise? All right, you don't ask it in the continuous tense like, are you hearing a strange noise? You ask, do you hear a strange noise? Because I sure do hear it. That's the context. All right, so therefore B is the correct answer here. So those are the first 10 questions. Now let's get to the next one, that is question number 11. All right, so we still have the same directive here. We have to choose the correct sentence here. So all right, this is a question tag based situation now. The next I think number 11 and number 13, they have the same concept going on. It's question tags. So see, the first part of the sentence is saying she left yesterday, right? Question tags. There's no auxiliary verb here. We do not have words such as be, do, have, or the words that belong in the families of these words. So what we do is we use one of the forms of this word, do, in the question tag part. So since the sentence itself is in the past tense, she left yesterday, we have to write the question tag. That means this part of the sentence after the comma that is asking the question. Why do we use question tags? To try to verify or to try to ensure that what we are saying is correct. Like we are saying she left yesterday, but I do want to confirm that statement. Like, did she leave yesterday? Are we sure about it? So what I want to ask is, she left yesterday. Since there is no auxiliary verb here in the main sentence, I will use this word do in one of its types. Which type will I use? I will use the past tense type. Why? Because the original sentence is in past tense. I will keep the tense same in the question tag. Also, the sentence is not saying something in the negative. That means the sentence is not saying she did not leave yesterday. The sentence is saying she left yesterday. It's a positive sentence. That means we are confirming the action almost. So when I want to validate what I said, when I want to confirm what I ask, I want to confirm the opposite. Like I said this, but is the opposite true? So I said she left yesterday. What I want to confirm is, did she not? So I want to ask, didn't she? So therefore, C is the correct answer here. All right, I'm writing do in the past tense as did. Why? Because the sentence itself is in the past tense. All right, that's how you solve the question tag based sentences. Now for the next question here, do you know him? And then the reply to it would be, no, I don't, right? Since you are saying no, you cannot say no, I do or no, I did. You say no, I don't. All right, and why are you saying don't and not didn't? Because the question is asking you this information in the present tense. So you will keep the answer in the present tense as well. All right, so C is the correct answer once again. Coming to question number 13 now. I'm elder to you. All right, now see, again, question tag based sentence here, but now we do have an auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is am, and the question tag will have to use the same auxiliary verb. All right, that's the rule that pertains to question tags. So the word is am, the auxiliary word is am, so I cannot use didn't here. All right, and also since the sentence is not saying anything negative, I'm not elder to you. The sentence is not saying that, right? We are not using words such as no, not, never. That would make the sentence a negative sentence. So the sentence itself is positive. So the question tag has to confirm the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm elder to you. What I want to confirm is, am I not? So I can say, am I not? But then we don't write am I not in the short form as amn't I. There's no word in English that reads as amn't. So this wouldn't be correct. And I don't want to confirm the same thing that I'm saying. I want to confirm the opposite. So I would ask, I'm elder to you, aren't I? So A is the correct answer here. I hope that makes sense. All right. Coming to the next question here, the train arrives. All right, now this question is about prepositions again. So we don't have to mention it as the, because if we are using the word at, we are already mentioning it as something very specific. We are already being specific. So we don't have to write the and then make it even more specific. And also, we are not going to use the word on, because when you are referring to something like a platform number in a particular train station, see, in a particular train station, there will be multiple platforms, right? and if we are numbering them, there will only be one platform with that particular number. So platform number 7, there will only be one platform number 7 in the entire railway station. So it's particular, it's very specific. So I will not write on, I will write at, because I'm being very specific here. Whenever we are being specific, we write the preposition at. All right, so that's the answer for number 14. Coming to number 15 here. All right, this is a question sentence. This is basically an interrogative sentence. So if you want to ask what is his opinion about something, you have already mentioned the, right? So if you are already saying the work, right, in each of the sentences, you are already being specific, then you don't again have to mention the work with some other words such as that or which. And of course, you're not going to write when, because the word when is used to refer to time, whereas we are referring to some work. So we can directly write it as what is his opinion about the work you completed. All right. What is his opinion about what? About the work you completed. We can be very direct with it. So D is the correct answer. We don't need to write extra words here. Anything else would be redundant. So coming to number 16 now. See, now this is basically fill in the blank based question. The directive is asking us to choose the correct word to fill the gaps here. So we dashed some terrifying news last night. So when it comes to news, we say that, did you hear the news? That's how we ask things. We don't say, did you get the news? We ask, did you hear the news? All right. Even if the news is in print media, it does not, when I say, did you hear the news? I'm not asking, did you literally hear it with your ears? What I'm asking is, did you basically receive the information? So we will use the word heard. Why? Because we are talking about last night. So we have to be in the past tense, and we'll use the verb here in the past tense as heard. We heard some terrifying news last night. Number 17, my teacher dashed a book last year. See, we are talking about an action that happened last year. That means we're talking about the past, and we're talking about a singular action in the past. In that scenario, we will be using simple past tense. To use simple past tense, all we need to do is we need to take the verb that we want to use, and we want to use it in the past tense form. So we want to use the word write, but in its past tense form, that is wrote. So my teacher wrote a book last year. That will be the correct answer. Okay, B. That's the correct option. Coming to number 18 now. All right, let's take a look at this question. The train dashed at 8 at the station yesterday. So we are saying that the train was supposed to arrive, but it didn't. So how will we write it? We will say the train did not arrive. Why not arrived? Because we are already using the auxiliary verb in the past tense form, did. When we write did, did, we do not use the main verb in the past tense form. All right, we keep it in the simple form. So did not arrive will be the correct answer. A is the correct answer. And we cannot use the word pass because we are writing at here. You arrive at the train arrives at a station. The train does not pass at a station. All right. So number 19, my cousin wears sandals, but when I last saw him, he was, since we are writing was, when we write was or were, right, with the main verb, we write the main verb in the ing form. So what do I need to write here? Wearing. So last I saw him, he was wearing boots. C is the correct answer here. Okay. Since the sentence is an active voice and we have to use ing form for past continuous, we are going for option C. Number 20. As she was dashed the stairs, she slipped and fell. See, the action was going on, and in between that action, it got interrupted by some other action. The action that interrupted the original action was that she slipped and fell. What was the original action? She was climbing down the stairs. When we are talking about the past and we're talking about an action that was going on and it got interrupted by some other action, we talk about the original action that was going on in the past continuous tense. So to write in the past continuous tense, I have to use the ing form of the main verb. So we are writing was again. If you're writing was or were in the active voice, your main action word should be in the ing form. All right. So therefore, climbing. She was climbing the stairs. Clear? Number 19 and 20 pretty much had the same concept going on. All right, number 21. The house. See, now we are talking about since his birth. We are talking about a duration, right? We are talking about a duration. Basically, say for example, this is the point when he was born. Till now, this house belongs to him, right? So whenever we are talking about a duration and we are talking about a duration till the present moment, we have to use present perfect continuous tense. All right. So the house has belonged to him since his birth. We'll write it in the present perfect continuous tense, but since the sentence is in passive voice, we are writing it as has belonged. All right. That's the correct answer. Rest of the answers won't be correct because this becomes simple tense, simple present tense, this becomes simple past tense, and this is past perfect tense. Those won't be correct here. Now the next one, number 22. We dashed shopping before it started raining. See, it started raining. This is the second action. This is step 2, or this is action number 2. The first action was that we had finished our shopping. So this is step 1. We are talking about 2 actions. One of them happened before the other. Whenever we are talking about a sequence of actions, we use the perfect tense. And since both these actions happened in the past, I want to use past perfect tense for the first step here, right? So what will be the structure that I have to use if I want to use past perfect tense? That would be option B. So we had finished shopping before it started raining. Okay. So I'm also discussing all the concepts with you so that there's no qualms or there's no doubts about why this is the particular answer. I'm discussing the concepts with you as well. Number 23. She dashed me since 2004. Again, similar to question number 21. See, since we are talking about a particular duration of time, since 2004 till now, right? We need to use and we are referring to the duration, we need to use the present perfect continuous tense. So how will we write it? She has known me, all right, since 2004. Now, number 24. Last night, the dog dashed for a long time. See, we are talking about last night, so obviously we cannot write it in the present tense, right? So I cannot use simple present tense. I cannot use present perfect tense. I cannot use present continuous tense. I have to use the past tense form. The dog barked for a long time. Simple. Number 25. All right, let's go to number 25. I dash, she will be late. I won't think. You do not say, I won't think she will be late, right? Yes, you can use this, but this is a very specific scenario. There is a more general scenario here which we can use. I thinking would be wrong because then you have to use some auxiliary verb before it. I am thinking, I was thinking, right? So these won't be correct. I will think she will be late. This does not make sense. You do not talk about the future this way. This is a very specific scenario where you would use this, but we don't want to get into such specific scenarios since we have an option that gives us a good general scenario where we can use this sentence, and that is, I don't think she will be late. That is the one that makes the most sense here. All right, so C is your correct answer here. C is your friend in this particular scenario. Coming to number 26, then we are now in the second half of this question paper. We have solved the first 25 questions. Coming to second half now. See, now government servants have the day. Which word would be correct here? Since we are talking about a day off, and that means we want to say that it is a holiday or it's a day you get to rest up, we say day off, O-double-F. All right, that's the correct word here. So B is your answer. Number 27, no one believes him. No one believes him because he is false. Whenever you are saying something related to the heart, you say it as false at heart, good at heart, right? Kind at heart, that's how you say it. So the correct preposition here would be at. So answer is A for number 27. Coming to number 28. All right. He decided to enter dash a new course of life. All right. Now, had we been talking about some physical space, like say for example, somebody walks from the corridor to inside a room, then we can say he walked into the room. When we talk about physical spaces, we can use the word into to refer to a movement from outside to inside. All right. But if you are talking in a metaphorical sense, like here, we are talking about a new course of life. It's not a physical space. We are just saying that he's entering a new phase of life. Then we can use the preposition upon instead of into. So therefore, here the correct answer, the best answer here would be option D. He decided to enter upon a new course of life. All right, remember, whenever you're referring to a physical space, movement into physical space, you can use the word into. When you're talking in terms of a metaphorical sense, you use the word upon. All right. She was overcome dash fatigue and went to bed. You are overcome by something. All right, so the correct preposition to use here is option A, by. She was overcome by fatigue. So 29, correct answer is A. Number 30. There is no limit dash the wants of man. So whenever we are talking about limits, we are talking about limits to something. All right, so here also we are going to say there is no limit to the wants of man. So B is your correct answer here. Next, number 31. Let's go to the final part of this paper. He is born dash an intelligent mother. We have to use the preposition he is born to. All right, you're born to a particular family. All right, so he's born to an intelligent mother. That's the correct word to use here. Have you caught up dash your pending work? See, we are trying to ask whether you have finished your work, all right, or whether you have at least gotten into clearing it. So the word we will use here is with. All of these are preposition based questions. The last few questions, they've all been associated to prepositions. And I mentioned this even when I took the first YouTube video for this particular exam. I mentioned that prepositions is going to have a huge weightage in this particular examination, is going to be a huge chunk of the English portion, and that's what we have seen in this paper, right? So 32, correct answer is D. Coming to the next question now, that is number 33. He was in a hurry and just glanced dash the letter. So here we can use the preposition at, because we are saying that he just took a look at the letter, that's all. So C is the correct answer. You have no right to trespass dash the law of the land. All right, with trespass we use the preposition upon. Trespass upon something. All right, trespass upon a property, trespass upon the law. All right, upon is the correct preposition for this particular situation. Coming to number 35 then. She swims every day dash the summer. Since we are talking about a particular period of time, the summer, which has a starting and an ending point of time, we will use the preposition in. All right. Whenever we are talking about something that is a starting and ending point of time, we are talking in terms of a bracket of time or space, we use the preposition in. Like right now, I am in the frame of the camera, right? So whenever there's a boundary or perimeter we are referring to, whether it be in terms of space or time, we use the word in. Question number 36. I think the directive changes now. Yes, the direction given to us for the last few questions is that we have to choose the correct meaning for the words given below. That is, basically we need to find the meaning, or if there is a synonym, we have to find a synonym. So for the word vigilant, vigilant means when you are alert, when you are being observant, when you are with eyes and ears wide open. All right, you are being watchful. So C is the correct answer. Misgivings basically refer to uncertainties or doubts. So the closest word that we have here is option A, doubt. That would be the correct meaning here. The next question here is number 38, the word queer. When we say queer, what we mean is something that stands out or something that does not fit in with the norm. So odd would be the correct answer. Queer means something that is odd or out there. Hapless. If you're in a hapless state, that means you are in a very unfortunate or unlucky state. So the correct word here would be option B, unfortunate. Aplomb, that's the next word. When something is done with aplomb, what we mean is it has been done in a very graceful and sophisticated or very, or in a way that has a lot of poise. So the word poise or grace, these words would be correct synonyms, or you can also say they are the meanings for the word aplomb. Okay, so poise is the correct answer here. So last 10 questions now, number 41. Let's get into these. Agnostic. All right, now this is asking for the correct meaning. Now these questions are asking for the correct meaning for the given word. All right, agnostic is someone who doesn't say that God doesn't exist, at the same time doesn't say that God does exist. That means an agnostic is someone who believes that since they've not seen God, they can't say that God exists. At the same time, since they haven't seen God, doesn't mean that nobody else has seen God. So they can't say that God doesn't exist at all. So they are unsure about the existence of God. So the correct answer here would be one who is not sure about God's existence. So for 41, C would be the correct answer. Altruist is someone who is very helpful, who is a lover of mankind, all right, who always thinks well for mankind. Next, number 43. I think this is something that this particular student who sent the PDF might have had a doubt with, therefore there's a circle there. So cacographist, okay, you can think of it in a very simple manner. Whenever we talk about graphing something, that means you're writing or charting something out. And the word caco comes from the word cacophony. What does the word cacophony means? Cacophony means noise, right? Cacophony refers to noise. Now, think of it this way. If your writing is very noisy, what does it mean? That means your handwriting is illegible or your handwriting is very bad. So a cacographist would be somebody who, basically, I'm saying that the person's handwriting is noisy or really bad. So therefore, cacographist is somebody who has bad handwriting. D is the correct answer. All right. Fastidious, those of you who joined the classes with me, I'm pretty sure you have had an easy time with these, because I have taught these words to you, and I have also given you the material to go through, and these words, they are all common from the material that I have provided you. So fastidious, I have taught you that it is somebody who's not easy to please, because they are very keen and they are very specific about what they want. They are very they provide a lot of attention to detail. So therefore the correct answer here would be one who is attentive to detail. All right. For number 45, Facsimile. This is something I have taught you as it is. The question has even provided the question that I taught you guys in my class. I have provided in the exact manner that they have given here in the question. An exact copy of handwriting. That's a facsimile. All right. So A is the correct answer there. For 46. All right. Epilogue. What's an epilogue? Epilogue is something that is added to the end of a story. Or when we are talking about plays and dramas, basically something that has been a speech that has been given at the end of the play or the drama. So the correct answer would be a concluding speech. All right, at the end. It's not an introductory speech. It's also not something, it has nothing to do with being unique. All right, it just has to be at the end. Right, that's called the epilogue. An extra chapter written at the end of a novel. It's an epilogue. All right, an extra speech that has been provided at the end of a play or a drama. It's an epilogue, right? Just like the post-credit scenes in a movie. Ephemeral. What does ephemeral mean? Something that lasts for a very brief amount of time, for a very brief period of time. So lasting for a very short time. That's the correct answer. A is the correct answer there. Usurer, that's the next one. The pronunciation is usurer. So what does that mean? Who's an usurer? An usurer is somebody who basically lends money to people but then charges a very high interest on said money. So the correct answer here would be one who lends money at very high rates. C is the correct option here. For the final two questions, I'll be providing the answers and that will wrap up our session today. Theocracy. All right. Cracy is related to governing, to a government like democracy and a monarchy, right? Theo is related to God or religion. So what is a theocracy? You can combine the meanings of these two words and you get the idea. Theocracy is basically a government that believes that some form of God is the supreme power or is the supreme idol. So the correct answer here would be government, but then by the laws of religion. All right, religion and government, both of these words are combined in theocracy. Final question, ethology. Ethology is basically the study of the behavior of animals. So if we have that here, the study of animal behavior. Yes, number C. That's your answer there. So those are the 50 questions from the English portion of your question paper. And once again, if you do want to check the answer keys to all the 50 questions, I have already mapped them out here for you. You can check them. And of course, students, do let us know in the comment section of this video, how was the paper overall? How was the English section and how were the other sections for you all? Did you have an easy time with the paper or was it really difficult for you? And how many questions did you get correct from the English section? Do let us know all of that information in the comment section below. And students, this has been me, Shubham sir, your English faculty here at Adda247 North East. And I hope that I have been able to give my level best to help you all for this particular exam. I have done everything I can from my part. Now all I wish is that you have done your bit and you have given your best in the exam. And regardless of whatever the result is, I hope that you have all given your best and I'm looking forward to your success. Students, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do subscribe to the channel of Adda247 North East and I'll be seeing you in future classes. Take care. All the very best. Students, you can now join Adda247 North East if you are preparing for the Meghalaya Sub-Inspector of Supply examination. The entire course for this examination is available for you in the Adda247 app. Also, if you are preparing for any of the MPSC examinations, then the entire MPSC foundation batch is also available for you in the Adda247 app itself. Complete live classes with recorded facility. You will get the classes recorded and you can watch them at any point of time 24/7. You will also get class PDFs along with practice papers and additional practice material, and you will have the guidance of all the faculties for each of the subjects in these examinations. If you want to join any of the courses, you can visit the Adda247 app and you can check out the details for all of these courses in the app itself. Also, you can note down this code Y577, which will help you to join these courses at the lowest possible prices. When you click on buy now, make sure you apply this code Y577. That will help you get the lowest possible price on these courses. So I hope that you will make the right choice, and We'll be seeing you in the classes. All the best.